Morning, YouTube. Well, today we're visiting another volcano. What fun. So let me get back on the road. We'll get up to the visitor center. There are cinder cones like this huge one behind me. But for the most part, like the crater I'm coming up to, which they call the North Crater, it's the lava came up and flowed out, and so you have spots where pressure ridges which would push it up, like this ridge right along in here. Other places where it threw up ash and boulders like this. So what you see is it flowed out and did these really cool forms. You can see where like there's a little miniature lava tube where it cooled on the outside, but the lava was still flowing on the inside, which is what all this would have been. Long ropey ones like that, and more of those little tiny little lava tubes. So these here, and there's another one down there, would have been called, or are called, rafted blocks. They are part of an older cinder cone that, as the lava was flowing by, broke it off and rafted them here, hence the name. So this is a huge rafted block, but a real good way to see how, if you look close, you can see that it's made up of lots and lots and lots of cinders that, when they were thrown from the volcano, would have been super hot, melted together, but still kept some of their shape. So the Newberry volcano last erupted back in about 7,000 years ago. This one about 2,500 years ago. So much newer, younger volcano. I'm standing inside of a spatter cone, and what makes those is when the lava comes up and sort of bloops and bloops and piles up. So, and that's looking down the throat of it. I'm pretty sure that I was just thinking, if you wanted to see how this kind of thing would form, if you were to take sand and water and mix it so that the sand is just slightly sloopy and just poured little bits, it'll come down and form sort of like those little globs. I'm not sure what would happen if you were to put it on top of something and blow air underneath, so you're blowing the sand up, but it might be worth a try. Guessing that's because snow piling up down in there, so far down in, probably last. I'm here at the beginning of June, and so the ground the moisture hasn't baked out of it yet. So all these flowers growing on this cinder field, really pretty. Right, so an eruption about 2,000 years ago blew apart a crater, and a lot of these big chunks of crater wall were carried down here by the lava as it flowed along, and over time the jack pine took root. Not a lot of nutrients to get to a certain point and start dying off, but they're still trying, and so they call this the Devil's Garden. All right, so that ends my visit here to the Craters of the Moon National Monument. This lava flow is like 52 miles long. If I had to choose between this and the Newberry one, there's differences and similarities. I didn't show you here, they do have some lava cast trees, they do have some lava tube caves, but This one has more kinds of lava and more types of formations than the other one. So if you're in Oregon, check that one out. If you're in Idaho, check this one out. It's only a couple hours away to the west of Yellowstone, so just something to think about. See you later, YouTube. I'm back on the road.